Hi everybody, I just want to put this little message together to welcome new members of the Revival Not Survival group, and also to let you know what it's all about, what it really is, and why I'm moving this group to the Cathi Ministries page. So firstly, we have over 1,100 members on this group, and there's still more being added, still more requesting to be added, and also a lot more being suggested by friends. So those people don't know that they are being added to this group until they find out, oh wow, I'm part of this group. So if you're one of those people, this is what it's about. I decided to start this group in October 2020, and it was intended to just be for 1 month, to keep us going for 1 month. And my theme for any kind of ministry is equip, empower, and encourage. And so that's what this group is all about. And I decided while we're online, we're going to do this well. And so we started in October 2020, and we still kept going up until now. But at the beginning of March, I decided that I would move the videos, the teaching videos that were posted on this page. I would keep them here so all the new members can still find them and watch them and find the notes that go with each video. But from the beginning of March, all the videos were posted on the page Cathi Ministries. And the reason for that is it's more accessible to people to find, because Revival Not Survival is a private group. It's more accessible, and also it's more shareable. There were a lot of people saying, how can I share this video with friends? And so that's why I've decided to do all the teaching videos that I post up, the recorded videos, and the live sessions all happen on Cathi Ministries page. So if you haven't liked that page, please go ahead. All you have to do is like it, and then you can, or follow, and then you get everything there. So I want to say to you that I believe that as believers, your best days are still ahead of you. And I'm fully persuaded there is revival coming, and that revival starts with you and I, when we get awakened to the purposes of God in our lives. And so we are called for revival, and not just to survive through one day after the next. We're called to live a life of revival. And so you need to know you've got a unique voice. Your voice needs to be heard. You've got a purpose that needs to be found, and you have an impact to make in the place that God has given you influence. And we all have a place of influence. So that's what this group is all about. So a few times a week, and that's what Cathi Ministries is all about. A few times a week, I post up, I try and do it 3 times a week, a regular short teaching video. And when I say short, sometimes it's under 10 minutes. I call those bite-sized words. Or they can be up to 17, 18 minutes. And I'll give you notes with those. And you can find them on this group. And you can also find the new ones in March and up ahead on Cathi Ministries page. So I post those. I also post when God speaks to me and He gives me a word. Recently there was one where I heard God say, it's time to release the brake. Take your foot off the brake. And we had been putting the brake on the promises of God by what we have been saying instead of agreeing with what God has said. So there's a word there called take your foot off the brake. And then there's another one where God said, let Him kiss you today. Let Him kiss me with the kisses of His mouth, for your kisses are better than wine, Song of Solomon. So on the Cathi Ministries page, you will find the words that God has given me. And when I said, now that we're online, we're going to do this well. So everything is being posted online, and you have access to it. So these are some of the subjects that I covered from October to date. The purpose is for you to find your identity in Christ, get established in identity, because that is the grounding of everything we do, believe, say, expect in our walk with God. So it's living out of your identity in Christ, changing behavior patterns, finding your purpose and vision, finding your place of grace, the place that God has wired you up, designed you to function effectively with His help in that place, discerning your gift and your calling, how to choose life. We say it so easily, choose life, choose joy, but how to do that? Governing your emotions, getting out of that pity party syndrome. We all need that. And some of the other subjects are prophetic by nature, that you do know that I have a prophetic ministry. So my ministry is going to equip you in the area of the prophetic in your own life, how to hear from God, what to do with it, that you are prophetic by nature. Breakthrough and transition. The finished works of Jesus was an important one and also a popular one. People enjoyed that one. Receiving revelation. How to pray by faith. What is the prayer of faith? How to pray prophetic prayers. So it's aimed at every single believer, but it's also aimed at awakening the prophetic areas of your life that you thought you didn't have, that you can hear from God, and that you can, you can be hearing things that will help other people. Some of the things that I'm going to be covering up ahead is, how do we hear words from God that have the capacity to transform somebody else's life or transform a situation? The redeeming purpose that God has when He speaks to us is not always pointing out faults and sorting people out. God always has a redemptive purpose for every situation that we think has died or is a lost cause. God speaks a word to redeem that situation. So how can we hear from the correct perspective and bring a word that brings transformation? Those are some of the things I want to bring across. So you can catch up on the videos on this group and move over to the Cathi Ministries page, and you find all the videos in the media or the photos, or if there's a video section, depending on the device you're watching on. But every video is designed to equip, empower, and encourage you. And so at the end of every week, I try and do it on a Friday morning, you will get a little graphic with a summary of what has happened on the page, the date and the title of the video, so that if you're going to spend the weekend catching up, which a lot of people do, because they can't always be at the live session or sit down in the morning. I post the videos early in the morning. They can't sit down and watch a 17-minute video, but they can catch up. So I like to be organized. I will give you the title of the video and the date, and you can find them and you can catch up at your own leisure. These things are here for you to learn and grow from. There's no expectation from me towards you. It's up to you what you're going to do with the ministry that is being posted online. So I want to say this again: if you've invited or added friends to the Revival Not Survival Equipping Series group, refer them to Cathi Ministries, get them to join in, so we can all do this journey of revival together. So I want to say thank you to those of you who have journeyed with me up until now, from the beginning, and you're still here. Thank you for those who join in on the live sessions. I always advertise before, unless somehow I just do a suddenly spontaneous one, which will be a bite-sized word. Also, you can find all the videos on YouTube in playlists. I've got this is the Revival Not Survival group, is the RNS group, Revival Not Survival, and you can find them in playlists on YouTube, or if you prefer that, or you can catch up here on Facebook. So thank you so much for those of you who continue to give generously into the ministry. I don't do it to get money from you, but I know that you understand the principle of sowing and reaping. So I want to say thank you to every single person who has given and continues to give, and I really appreciate your support in that aspect. And I love doing this journey with you, and I'll see you again next week with some live sessions and some pre-recorded videos. So have a fantastic end of the weekend, and I'll see you next week.